Greetings, Elder Blacklight. Supreme Wisdom, Problem Solving, Part 2. Now what it tells you in the Supreme Wisdom lesson book that I'm reading from is that we're living other than self. By us not living in our culture, using our language, using our regular holistic diet that we prolonged our life with. And it tells you in the Bible that they were living 900 thousands of years using the science of living, alchemy and whatever. So they knew how to breathe. The you're supposed to breathe. When you're saying that you're using breathing techniques when you're chanting. You know, you get a belly full of air. And then you use the that vibration on that is a healing and adjusting, a healing frequency, adjusting frequency to line you up with the universe. You know, mostly all your medicine comes from Eastern medicine that's been around for millions of years. See, the pyramids are left as like they say that was the pyramids are the eighth wonder of the world or the seventh wonder of the world because our ancestors were wiser than we are. So the enemy had to cut that wisdom off and take that wisdom and turned it against those who created that wisdom, which is the black man. Now, these brothers that's in place now are cronies of the establishment. They are cronies. Boule, gatekeepers for the enemy. So this wisdom is not how to breathe properly. It's not being introduced to you by a black man. It's being introduced to you mostly by the Caucasian. And he's not giving the credit to the black man. He's giving credit to himself. You know, he only goes back far as the caves. And you ask yourself this: how did he obtain this type of wisdom? And he goes back 6,000 years ago. Now he didn't prolong the length. Now he said millions of years, but at first 6,000 years. You know, and he already done admitted in a lot of his scientific and archaeology evidence that the oldest people on the planet is the black man. You know, but he don't want you to know this, so he teaches you otherwise. Now, in the Supreme Wisdom lesson book, it says on number 6, the second uncle of Mr. W.D. Farad in the wilderness of North America lived other than himself, and therefore his blood pressure registered over 32, and he had fever, headaches, chill, gripe, hay fever, regular fever, rheumatism, also pain in all his joints. He has disturbed with foot ailments and toothaches. His pulse beats more than 88 times per minute. Therefore, he goes to the doctor every day and gets medicine for every day in the year. One after each meal and 3 times a day. Also, one at bedtime. The average person breathes 3 cubic feet of air per hour. 3 cubic feet of air per hour. Now, Dr. Alim El Bey, he's been studying breath, and he about one of the few brothers that's mastering breathing and that science. And he tells you that you can tap into your inner self if you breathe a certain way. So therefore, I advise you to tune in. Now, you could, those Caucasians know this information too, but they for their people. And Dr. Alim Bey is for his people. And then also ask Dr. Ask Dr. Buttar what side of the fence he's on. Because he looked like a man of color or a man of hue or a man of melanin. I better say it like that. So the money that you're giving your leaders, they're paying their lights and gas. They're not coming up with no answers to this pandemic. And keep on listening. We're going to solve this problem for you. Now, it's up to you whether or not you want to do it. You want to keep on giving them your money, keep on doing so. You're going to wish you hadn't, though, in the times to come. You think separating from the government and not going back to work will do you in. But if you unite and separate from the government and create your own economic system, you'll be all right. Black light.